Have you...
The 2024...
In a previous video...
We'll start with Steve then.
I've got a question.
You've probably heard of rate. So we looked at...
Last time we talked about...
So I thought we could talk a bit...
Last time we talked about...
Large language.
We looked quite...
So today we're talking about...
I want to talk about...
now you may...
I really want to talk to you about...
I thought we'd look at...
So we're going to talk about...
Oh, I thought... We've done a couple of videos on...
Last time we talked...
Progress bar.
So, yeah,
So
what was the question?
yeah, it's a different kind of...
we started doing...
So I thought today we would... Last time we were...
I've been doing work.
So, I thought just for...
we'll be looking at...
So I catch
So something slightly different. So I thought we'd do...
recently.
Okay, so we talked on. So today
We are talking.
Today I thought
We have this...
Well, so we're not talking...
we've gone over our
It is...
We were talking about...
This is... what we're recording. So
Today we will talk...
what we think about need to do... ChatGPT.
So I want to look today...
Suppose we.
I want to talk about... Previously, you've done a video...
I thought we'd talk about...
So here on...
Okay, so you remember.
I thought today we could...
Over the Christmas...
So today is probably algorithm.
So,
What we're talking about.
We are going to talk.
we're going to be looking...
This is animal.
My research is...
Today we're looking at...
Today I wanted to talk...
Last time we talked about how the...
Well, let's start with the...
Generating images.
I was going to...
In my adult...
We're going to talk about.
Welcome back, Brian.
I thought we...
Question came up actually.
So we are going to.
Soft robots are...
So should this be... Reverse engineering... Well, Apple...
We're going to be...
So let's talk a bit more about...
Steve, what do we look...
I wanted to talk about... I was watching a...
I've spoken.
So what should we talk about?
Last week, I think...
Today, when.
So one thing to get is no... We had lots of questions.
I think what's interesting.
I thought we'd continue looking...
So today we're going to talk about...
Thank you for joining.
I thought we'd have a little look.
We, it's been lots of... So what we...
We talked about...
So I thought,
How to build a universe.
So when it moves...
My child...
One of the things...
Well, I thought we'd talk about...
A little bit of a cliffhanger. Before we start...
So I want to...
Everybody's talking about.
30 years...
Yes, okay.
I've seen a bit of talk about...
We're going to look at it.
Yes, I'm going to talk about the...
We'll be looking at...
We're going to talk a little... One of the...
So today we'll be...
Let's get out and stay...
Even with all...
I'm doing 3D...
Last time we were playing...
So yeah, I thought
I thought we could revisit...
So today...
So it was in the news.
Hi, Sean.
In the physics department. Once... One thing I'd asked some... We're talking late.
I was talking to you.
Keeping my distance.
Today, we're going to...
Today I thought we'd talk...
You've seen some...
I think that
Tim, welcome back to Computer. We had a tweet recently. There's something I don't...
we are going to look at.
I do want to talk...
Yeah, that is...
Today, we're going to.
We had a brief discussion.
So today we
Last time we looked at... Welcome back to Computerphile. We're back to...
infer is a.
So we've been talking about...
I would like to talk.
We've talked about...
So we're talking about... We're going to talk about... Well, I want to talk about...
I wanted to talk about...
Okay, so last time we...
One of the...
Great to see you on Computer...
Let's continue our...
Steve, welcome back.
So I thought...
Rob, welcome back. Torsten, it's so good to be... So Isaac, hey Isaac, so last...
Actually, I feel like.
You said...
So, computer.
Well, we did a video on...
Steve, welcome back. We're here again. In the currency, we have had some... So we're going to follow up from Mike's house.
So, a while ago.
So today, I thought it'd be...
Today we're going to ask a...
Yeah, we're looking at...
There's a pausing.
I'm excited for this one.
So today we're going to be.
This is game...
So my first ever...
Okay, so today.
This episode... The first thing we... This episode has been... There weren't that many people...
Today we're going to be...
So 20 years ago... Do you prefer tabs? I wanted to just ask...
I'll give you a quick intro.
I thought it's a bit of...
Well, today I wanted to talk...
Last time...
Let's delve into... Let's start with a question, right?
Alexa.
I actually think... So I came to Nottingham. One of the things... If we're moving from...
We thought about today. I thought.
Last time we...
Yeah, we're looking at...
In what we've done...
So,
It's an interesting one.
We're in the mixed reality.
Right, so in the previous... On Computerphile, what we're going to look at... Have I asked you this? To a certain extent.
I exchanged my calls.
So you want to record...
Let's talk a little bit about...
Today we're going to talk about...
What I've been wondering is...
Now with our...
So, I think it's worth.
We're going to...
We're 6 paragraphs.
Classification is becoming increasingly... Today we're going to talk about principal component. Let's imagine that you... People need to... Well, we're looking at chocolate. Let's talk about data. What is data? Okay, so we're going to try something...
In the previous video, we.
Where do you start?
So, I wanted to make. In a previous video,
We've talked...
We're going to talk about...
So now we're going to talk about...
In the previous video...
Today we're going to be talking...
In computing terms, in the previous video, are we back in the realm of...
This is... So they made it...
GUI stands for...
Let's start off with our...
We looked at all the...
So, a lot of...
So what we have here...
You can reduce the file. So graphene is a... Well, let me begin by...
I guess what we were asking...
Let's just see how... Well, we're talking...
We're here at...
We'll talk about...
We're going to...
Alright, so we... Technically...
Sometimes you like...
So we did a video...
We've already covered...
The hackspace is a community.
Earlier this week, So I'm building.
Please may I say now? Yes, we've done a lot of.
So I think
I wanted to talk.
can't remember if you've got multiple.
So Apache Spark.
How many computers?
Today we're going to be talking.
We've been talking about
Okay, so ND.
a lot of people.
There's been some.
Today we're going to do.
Don't mind me.
There was an exploit found.
I'd like to talk about.
There's been this article.
This is Mechamon.
So Today I thought we would.
So this is the EMF.
So my name's Charles Arthur.
Right, so this
So this is.
is
You've got this guy.
So we're in the. I'll show you what it does. And then
I think we've done.
the top speed of the pod.
All the library is.
So this is an.
So we've been looking in what happens when you.
What we're looking at here
we're
today, I thought we'd go over.
Arno says, what's the. We have had a few questions. You've all suffered from this.
We are alt.
I thought today,
You've got physics.
in some way,
I wanted to talk about.
as part of doing.
Actually,
How did.
So where we left it was. I wanted to talk a little.
We talked a bit about. Well, brief mention. What we've got here.
I think
so I talked about how Lisp is a language.
So today I thought.
IBM was thinking.
How many old machines?
There's plenty.
What would it actually be like?
I think it was a.
So this machine.
the idea around it.
The difference between
That's the symbol for.
as we've done,
War games is.
Bitcoin is you.
Apps typically have. We have been looking at the museum. So I've been creating a.
We basically. We have here.
Yeah, we talked about.
Professor Brailsford.
We've done a few videos on pod.
We've done a series of
Traditionally, where people.
This is two-factor. I'm going to talk a little bit about
things we talked.
So when we looked,
Because there's some.
So it's interesting stuff.
we had a few interesting questions.
How do we connect?
Every time I talk about it, we talked a bit about it.
Quite often.
Something to.
We've had one or two.
When we think about.
So monad.
We couldn't really.
So everybody knows about. So what we have.
So today I would like you.
What I want to do is focus.
I'm going to talk.
So wildcard.
So today.
So on Monday the 6th, homotropy theory. So the pointer is this. Mike, are these? So without pointers.
So I wanted to talk about.
A lot of interest.
The idea is to.
So we've just done a video on. Today we're gonna do it.
It's quite clear from.
Let's talk a bit.
They're very good.
So let's have a little look.
Professor Brailsford. We're doing this series. We are.
A while back we would.
November 24th.
We're interested in sort
A lot of people watching this. So yet again, when Alex did.
of. OCR is up.
So a couple of months ago, there's a phone sitting. We see a lot of comments. What have you been up to since? So I thought I'd show you.
Today I thought I'd.
Just to remind.
We talked about onion routing.
A few years ago, I came.
Let's talk a bit about.
So we took Sheriff.
Sound recognition.
So we had some good feedback.
What steps have you taken?
up until now.
We're all generating lots.
If you imagine. This is a certificate.
Is it bad? So SHAR stands for.
Well, today, Grace.
So recently the. Okay. So today.
In a previous video.
AI has become.
Fundamental in almost any. So before we were.
Something a little bit different.
What we're searching for.
What we have here.
In the last video.
Okay, so we're at.
We've.
I designed theatre.
What does it?
Today we're going to talk about.
So Clive was a series.
So a link. We're going to look at an example.
Today we're going to talk about. There's a new.
I work in the function. So what have we got here?
I'm going to talk about.
Well, we've been making.
Ada.
So Matt, we.
Right, well, what we. Let's.
This is a functional programming.
Today is really. Well, we covered.
Today we're going to talk.
Well, today.
What's the problem with?
This is not really relevant.
This is.
So last week there's a new expert. There's a new expert. One of our loyal viewers. We're back with Spencer.
We've so far talked. In the old days.
It's the.
I have to say,
So what we have over here.
Phones.
PDF has us.
So we're going to talk about.
So we actually wore. This is.
One of the things you can.
Back in.
Yeah, we're a bit late.
I was just recent.
We see a lot of sort of. What are those things? Some people have noticed.
There was a retro.
To start with,
I went.
My name is Alex Ross.
Some people watching will have.
we're going to talk about.
Everyone's passwords are terrible.
Well, welcome. We are.
There's one thing that we.
Let's start about talking about.
I've been.
If I'm looking at my.
So let's now. So we're going to talk about the difference.
There are big companies.
This is the.
Perhaps an interesting one to.
It's a way.
So I've been watching.
But you take.
So what I thought we'd look at.
This is kind of a follow-up to.
I'd like to talk about.
We've got a.
One of the areas that I.
Okay, BGP.
We've been.
Paxos is.
The era. Tell me about deep learning.
Well, we are going to talk.
The people define.
I used to want to be. I feel like one of the areas. If I don't have headphones, this is where I live. This is my.
So a botnet.
So Go is a.
When you're building this.
The AlphaGo has been. Today we're going to talk about.
Everyone's really excited.
What are the ins and outs?
So we'll talk about something very. You can get results.
There are ideas that are
So this is a.
the size of the block.
If you look back at the car.
What do we got here?
So
We've looked at Chomsky. From what I understand.
It is a scale.
For years and years.
Our partners now.
Recently, we've.
so in golf.
My work involved. So in today's video.
And a graphics process.
We talked about.
Usually when you.
Some of the earlier.
Why binary wouldn't? We used to get a floppy.
Today we're going to talk.
It wasn't too long.
So I've come here today.
It's all about.
So pipeline is.
In the last video we talked about.
So
an image filter.
Consensus in terms of
The air moves.
Did you hear about? We've talked about.
We plan to put in the old days missing data. Maybe
We have this idea.
What I would understand.
it's a great pleasure.
So in the last video,
So I want to talk having
So we've just.
I've just seen
singularity. Well, today I want.
one way of.
So my current research.
there's a book just over.
How does the search engine? So the rampack.
So cryptography.
Well, you can't read it.
I'm first.
The stamp collecting machine.
Captain Buzz flies. We're members of the. We're going to have a look at
Something you want to tell?
automatic facial.
Some of the work. Some of you.
Previously, we felt the.
So the nice thing about
In a very basic sense.
This is the sync.
it perhaps isn't clear.
I want to continue a bit about. So recently, there's not.
Here we are.
In the last video,
Can we have a look inside?
Yeah, this is one of our. I mean, data mine. Okay, we're in the front.
Right, so
so we're at the. I think only. First thing,
Arduino, the word.
We can choose whichever.
almost always.
Some of the.
We've done punch card.
It was.
There's a lot of.
Here's something.
We've talked about what.
It's up there.
Today we're going.
When I woke up this morning,
So in our previous video,
we talked a little bit about.
these machines were.
So unlike a normal.
So there's been a lot of.
It's probably like
The position of the
going out of.
so what are the most complex?
I know a lot of you. We take all this in
Previously.
this.
Then you put the.
So I was looking after hurricanes.
How do you?
The server could be
A movie has.
most people make that because
Could you measure the XY?
So a week ago. When you're training in a swimming.
there's a tension between the
One of the biggest. So the idea is to think.
in the UK.
Talk to me about.
I think the first.
In the light of.
This line of code. What we've done is we've.
Today,
It is.
What is.
in my younger days,
so sometimes you hear
We'll start with this.
when you
I've just done the video.
Back at the start.
So we're letting Mira.
Today we're going to be talking.
I can tell you the first.
The danger theory. We use
There are,
The intention.
the thing I
So we are at the.
what we.
as I record this,
So I can put.
So far,
Via hyperspace.
So we saw.
today,
This is the story.
Fuzz logic's been around a long.
Not a.
Text eval.
what we're going to.
For some, it's a bit.
Okay, let's do the usual.
I think I'm.
A few weeks.
Society. I would say.
So on the 8th of April.
If the things start making. I don't want to be.
So this is the animated GIF.
Should.
We're going to look at. We want to talk.
It is.
Denial of service attack.
We left the story.
So just to be absolute.
For some reason or not. Okay. Today we're going to.
When you're walking around, what is a computer?
The original aim right now is
To give you some examples.
I haven't really thought of it.
I'm really interested.
Bell Labs got its.
I'm a chemist.
People expect.
Perhaps one.
One of the things that it's a kind of.
We've been through all. We've gone through all.
Sooner or later.
So there's been some comments.
Perhaps it might. The idea was.
What we're really doing. Cross-site. We find everywhere.
The exciting thing about the game.
The title of this.
The spinner is.
Let's say you want to try.
Now, I think we thought it might be.
If you're sending an email.
Some of you. There's no.
We opted for the. There's actually a bit of debate.
You buy yourself. We've seen an enormous boom.
If you buy.
Things change. We move.
There are two ways of.
They use neighbouring tribes. UTF-8.
While we've had.
Hi there, everyone.
We've.
we don't have enough.
Hello, everybody. The thing you.
Hey there, everyone.
So today we're going to. So each time.
At Sacramento.
I've always been such a long.
Computing.
This is called.
When you browse the web.
This is a computer.
San Fran.
So this is.
I can show you an.
Compression is.
Today, it comes like this.
In my young day.
We're going to talk a little bit about.
Email is any concept. We use algorithms. I've drawn. Everyone's heard a lot.
This is my. Hi there, everyone.